Very good morning, dear student. Today we have to discuss here the topic email security. Let us see one by one how the email security has been maintained. Before that, we have to see the introduction of this theme. Various business services are now offered online through client server applications. The most popular forms are web applications and email. In both applications, the client communicates to the designated server and obtains services. While using a service from any server application, the client and server exchange a lot of information on the underlying intranet or internet. We are aware of fact that these information transactions are vulnerable to various attacks. Network security entails securing data against attacks while it is in transmit on a network. To achieve this goal, many real-time security protocols have been designed. Such protocols need to provide at least the three important objectives. First, the parties can negotiate interactively to authenticate each other. Second, establish a secret session key before exchanging information on a network. And third one, exchange the information in encrypted form. Let us see the above diagram. Here, these protocols work at a different layers of networking model. For example, S oblique MIME protocol works at a application layer. SSL protocol is developed to work at a transport layer, and IPsec protocol works at a network layer. Means these three are the security layer where different protocols has been work. We will see all these protocols one by one in this chapter. Now, email is one of the mostly used and regarded network services. Email security is dealing with the issues of unauthorized access and inspection of electronic mail. Email has to go many untrusted servers before it reaches to its destination. One can intercept and modify it to harm the sender and to make some profits. Message reply, that is message can be saved, modified and resent later. Repudiation, that will be a you cannot prove that someone sent you message since email message can be forged. Apart from this, different threats of to email also. Which are these threats? We will see it one by one. Now, message interception, that is email sent in clear text over the internet. Second, message modification. Anyone with the system admin write on the mail servers your message visits cannot only read your message but also delete or change the message before it reaches its destination. That is, the recipient won't be able to tell if the message has been modified. Third threat is false messages. It is very easy to create an email with someone else's name and address. That is, we have to create the multiple emails from one mobile number. Now, next point is the email security enhancements. For the security purpose, we need to maintain the confidentiality, integrity and availability. How it is see? In the confidentiality, email should be only viewed by the person it is intended to. In the integrity, original content should be received by the receiver. Third, availability, receiver should be able to access the mail whenever he or she require that particular mail. Then privacy, no one should read message except recipient. Authentication, recipient should know exactly who the sender is. Integrity, recipient should be able to tell whether message was altered in transit. Non-repudiation, that is recipients can prove that the sender really sent it. Proof of submission, that is verification to the sender that the mailer got it. Proof of delivery, that is verification to sender that the recipient got the mail. Message flow confidentiality, that is eavesdropper cannot determine the sender ID when send the message. Security services such as privacy, authentication, message integrity and non-repudiation are usually provided by using the public key cryptography. Now, there are three different scenarios of email communication. We have to see that particular scenarios. We will discuss methods of achieving above security services in three different ways. Now, the first one is the one-to-one email. Before that, in general, when the see the figure number one-to-one email communication was there. That is, basically, email infrastructure consists of a mesh mail servers. It is also termed as a message transfer agent, that is MTA. See in the figure MTA. And client machines running an email program comprising of user agent UA and local MTA. Typically, an email message gets forwarded from its UA, goes through the mesh of a MTAs and finally reaches the UA on the recipient's machine. Now, when that particular transaction has been performed, here in the one-to-one email transaction, see the second diagram, how it will be happen. Let us assume a sender wants to send a confidential email to a recipient. The provision of privacy can be achieved. How it is achieved? See, the first step is the sender and receiver have their private and public keys. We denote it as a SPVT and SPUB, and for the receiver RPVT and RPUB respectively, that will the private and public keys of the sender and receiver. Then sender generates a secret symmetric key KS for the encryption. See the carefully the diagram of second diagram. Though the sender could have passed receiver public key for encryption. A symmetric key is used to achieve faster encryption and decryption. Then the sender encrypts message with the key KS and also encrypts KS with public key of the recipient receiver public key. After that, the sender sends encrypted message and encrypted KS to the recipient. See the second diagram. It will be in that. Next step, the recipient first obtain KS by decrypting encoded KS using the private key, receiver private key, that is a RPVT. The recipient then decrypts message using the symmetric key called it as a KS. Now see the third diagram. If message integrity, authentication and non-repudiation services are also needed in this scenario, then we have to follow this third diagram. See the what happened. The sender produces hash of message and digitally signs this hash with his private key SPVT. Then sender sends his signed hash to the recipient along with other components. Then the recipient uses public key SPUB, that is a particular sender public key, and extract the hash received under the sender's signature. The recipient then hashes the decrypted message and now compares the two hash values, and if they match, message integrity is considered to be achieved, and also the recipient is sure that the message is sent by the sender, that will be authenticate, and lastly the sender cannot deny that he did not send the message, that will be we achieve the authentication as well as non-repudiation. This is called as the one-to-one email. Now let us discuss the second type is the one-to-multiple recipients email. In this scenario, the sender sends an email message to the two or more recipient, that is recipient 1 or 2. The list is managed by the sender's email program, that will be your UA plus local MTA. All recipients get the same message. Let us assume the sender wants to send confidential email to many recipients, that will be R1, R2 or R3. The provision of privacy in this case is achieved. How it will be achieved? See. The first, the sender and all recipients have their own pair of private as well as public key. The sender generates a secret symmetric key KS and encrypts the message with this key. The sender then encrypts KS multiple times and public keys of R1, R2, R3, getting R1 public keys with KS, R2 public key with KS and R3 public key KS. The sender sends encrypted message and corresponding encrypted KS to the recipient. For example, recipient 1 R1 receives encrypted message and R1 public key KS. Each recipient first extracts key KS by decrypting encoded KS using his private key. Each recipient then decrypts the message using the symmetric key KS. For providing the message integrity, authentication and non-repudiation, the steps to be followed are similar to the steps we are following in the one-to-one email scenario. This is the second method where we have to do the security. Now the third method is the one-to-one distribution list email. In this scenario, the sender sends an email message to two or more recipients, but the list of recipient is not managed locally by the sender. Generally, the email server MTA maintains the mailing list. The sender sends a mail to the MTA managing the mailing list, and then the mail is exploded by MTA to all recipients in the list. In this case, see the diagram. When the sender wants to send a confidential email to the recipients of the mailing list, that will be your R1, R2, the privacy is ensured. How it is? See one by one. The first, the sender and all recipients have their own pair of private and public key. Similar way, the Explorer server has a pair of private. The sender and all recipients have their own pair of private keys. The Explorer server has a pair of private public key for each mailing list maintained by it, that is list pub, list pvt. The sender generates a secret symmetric key KS and then encrypts the message with this key. The sender then encrypts KS with the public key associated with the list obtained list pub KS. Then the sender sends encrypted message and list PUBKS. The Explorer MTA decrypts list PUBKS using list private and obtains a KS. The Explorer encrypts KS with as many public keys as there are members in the list. The Explorer forwards the received encrypted message and corresponding encrypted KS to all recipients in the list. For example, here we have to basically we have to consider the Explorer forwards the encrypted message and R1 public KS to recipient 1 and so on. For providing the message integrity, authentication and non-repudiation, the steps to be followed are similar that will be followed in the one-to-one email scenario. So these are the three different way where we have to apply the security concern, and through that email has been sent to one or more recipient. Thank you.